was just daydreaming about value. Oh, you don't know about value? Value in art is really important. It helps make your art look three-dimensional. We are going to learn about value today in order to make some triangular pyramid value drawings. Get ready. Here are the materials you're going to need. In order to begin our triangular pyramid value drawings, we need to talk about, you guessed it, value. No, I'm not talking about how expensive my work of art is. In art, the term value is an element of art. It means the lightness or darkness of a color. In our artwork, we are creating an illusion that we are looking down at triangular pyramids. Using dark, medium, and light values makes the drawing look three-dimensional. We need to make some value scales, and this is really going to help us when we begin coloring. And I'm going to make 3 of these value scales here in my sketchbook. I'm just going to make 3 of these boxes that I can make into my value scales. And I'm going to split each one of these up into thirds. Choose 3 colored pencils you want to use for your project. So for my darkest value, I'm going to press as hard as I can with my pencil to make that really dark color. And so I'm noticing with my hand how tense I have to get it, how hard I have to press with my fingers and my hand, using those muscles. And notice I can go back over it with a second layer if I want to make it even darker. With colored pencil, it's hard to make it lighter without erasing, but you can always add in a layer on top to make it darker. Now I'm going to hop over to my lightest value. I'm going to loosen up my hand, and I'm just going to skim the surface of my paper, just a little whisper of color to make the lightest value. Here I'm really training my hand to figure out, okay, what does it feel like to make that lightest value? And now I can think about my medium value. It's halfway in between that really hard pressure and that really light wispy pressure. It looks to me like I could go darker here. It looks like it's a little too close to my lightest value. Just press a little bit harder and make another layer to get more of a medium value. There we go. Okay, next color. Each triangular pyramid starts off as a triangle, and there are 3 lines from each corner that are connecting to a point in the center. So I've got a blank piece of paper here, and you could use a ruler, but if you don't have one, you can always use just a straight edge. You can use the edge of an envelope or a book or another piece of paper. I like to have this thick cardboard. It makes a great straight edge. And we're just going to start drawing triangles. I'm using a pencil to draw my triangles, and I'm just going to start in the corner by creating some lines. So I'm just making a line that kind of cuts across this corner here. I'm just going to start off by making lots and lots of triangles. Some big triangles, some small triangles. Notice I've got a 4-sided shape here, a quadrilateral. So I'm going to need to break this up into some triangles. So I'm going to go to this corner here, find a corner, draw a straight line. So now I've created a triangle here, but I'm still left with a quadrilateral here. And if I wanted to break this up into 2 triangles, I would just find a corner, and use my straight edge to break up that quadrilateral, that 4-sided shape, into 2 triangles. So I'm going to keep going, filling up this whole big space with a lot more triangles. I think I have about 24 triangles, and I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. If you have anywhere from like 15 to 30 triangles, you should be good. Now, wherever I have a triangle, I'm going to put a dot right in the center of the triangle. Not a very big dot, just a little dot. And that's going to be the top of our triangular pyramid. Now I need that straight edge again, because wherever I have a dot, I'm going to be drawing lines that extend from the dot to all 3 corners of my triangle. So line up your straight edge or your ruler with your dot and the corner of your triangle. Draw a line, and you're going to do that for all 3 corners of your triangle. So now it looks like you have a bird's eye view looking down onto a triangular pyramid. I'm going to keep going. Triangular pyramid has 3 different sections. You're going to include a different value from your value scale in each one of the sections. So I'm just going to start here in the middle. I'm choosing to make this section my darkest value. So I'm going to use that heavy pressure, as much pressure as I can get to create that deepest, darkest value in this whole section, making sure that I'm staying inside the lines as best as I can. And then I'm going to choose another section and make that my lightest value. For my last section, it's going to be the same as my middle value here. So a little bit more pressure as I color. All right, 1 down, 23 more to go. I'm going to try really hard to make sure that I don't have the same color touching on a side. It's okay to have like a point of a triangle touching the same color, but I'm going to try to plan it out so that I don't have blue right next to blue. So I'm going to choose another color. How about this green guy? And I'm going to imagine that a light source is pointed from one direction. And since this is my lightest face of my triangular pyramid, I'm going to try to make all the faces that are kind of coming at this angle the lightest, and all of the faces from the opposite angle the darkest value. So keeping that in mind, this over here would be my darkest value. So here we go. With my triangular prism value drawing. I love the colors that I chose, and it really looks like the triangular pyramids are jutting up off the paper, kind of like it's a faceted jewel. Yours might have different colors. You might have used just cool colors or just warm colors, or maybe you even used more than 3 colors. Maybe you used the whole rainbow. And that's okay, because when you're creating, the possibilities